Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for checking out the episode. I'm RJ. As you can see, we are controlling John Marston, and we're in New Austin. This is the original map from the first Red Dead Redemption. Now, I've not really explored it too much in this profile, but even when I have, I've not found too much at all. There's not too many secrets and Easter eggs in the original map compared to the new Red Dead Redemption 2 map. So if you guys find any big secrets, make sure to let me know. Speaking of, I did come across this flying machine for the first time. Now, there's another flying machine in the other part of the map. Man, I got to think of different names. I guess it's New Austin and the Red Dead Redemption 2 map. It's two different massive maps. Look at this. It's got to be the biggest map in any game ever. Anyways, I've come across the flying machine. I did not know that there was one over on this side. Let me inspect it for the first time. There is something I want to bring up, and I'll show you the location of the other flying machine. There's a big difference between the two. Let's see what John writes down. John, of course, not being a good artist, like Arthur. It says, found a flying machine. Needless to say, it had crashed. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts about the flying machine. Considering we can find two in the game, do you think that flying will be a part of Red Dead Online? Because I'm guessing that that is what Rockstar Games is teasing. But thanks again for joining up for the episode, guys. I've got something crazy to show off. We're going to return to the Unmarked Grave. Huge shout out to Gamiest Gamer. He's been investigating that location. I think there's something more that meets the eye happening at that grave. I'm going to meet you guys back in Big Valley. That's another area that we've been investigating lately with the devil. We have some sort of chant that is coming from the cave. I'll put a link in the description if you have not seen that video. I'm telling you, it is some trippy stuff. But there's a lot going on in this area next to Mount Shan, including a second flying vehicle. Here's the second location. I actually had not found this one in this profile as well, even though it's right next door to the Devil's Cave. Go ahead and inspect it. We'll see his handwriting for this one. Wow, what a drawing, John. You truly are an artist. It says, found a flying machine, or what's left of one, and the genius who built it out in the woods. So this is interesting, guys. I believe this shows us that the flying machines really could come to Red Dead Online. What do you think about that? If you look at the size of the map, even though it wouldn't fit in, we played Grand Theft Auto Online where they add the oppressor with flying around. It just does not feel realistic at all. But here in Red Dead Redemption, the map is so massive that honestly flying around, maybe it would not be such a bad thing, especially if it's some sort of old school vehicle like this that crashes half the time. Perhaps, you know, it's up to you. You can fly, or you'll end up just crashing anyways trying to control this thing. Let me know if you'd be down for flying machines in Red Dead Online. Why else would they be hidden in the map? Man, that is a rough way to go. He's still got his glasses on. Looks like he crashed into a tree or something like that. But we have to head back to the Unmarked Grave. The Unmarked Grave is next to Fort Riggs, but it clearly links up to the burial site, the ritual site, and the other mysterious locations that are not far away from where we're at now. After getting ambushed a few times, I finally made it. Maybe it wouldn't be such a bad thing to have a flying machine. During these recordings, having to go from one location to the other always takes quite a while. So here we are. This is the place that I just showed off, but there's some unusual activity. Shout out to Retro Joe. He's the one who told me about this place to begin with. You just saw when we rode up to the grave. Technically, that was the first time that we did it during that profile because I didn't save it the last time I looked at it. There was nothing there. It was pretty much just a bare grave. You can see the skull, and it was untouched. Well, with Retro Joe investigating the grave, this is what happened when he came back at night. By the way, Retro Joe is probably a must-follow on Twitter. He goes by Gamiest Gamer. I'll have a link in the description. I definitely recommend that you hit him up. But let's go ahead and check out the footage that he sent me. This is very interesting, guys. It's a little bit odd, I'm not going to lie. So he's riding up. You can see the grave. There's something on top of it. Apparently, there's a ton of random animal skeletons and skulls on the grave. What is even happening here? Let me know if you've seen anything like this before. I'll bring up the tweets from Gamiest Gamer to let you know what his description of this is. I think Rockstar is messing with us again. Here's his explanation. This gets very interesting. He says, I'm beginning to think for the wolf bones. Apparently he researched it, and they are wolves. To spawn on the Unmarked Grave, you have to go at night, possibly on a crescent moon, but I'm not sure. The bones are still there when you return and never disappear unless you die and go back. So they are wolves. Now, wolves are a symbol of bad karma in the game. Maybe it has something to do with that. Take a look at his next response. He says, there are also smaller bones at the head of the grave. I think that these are eagle bones. That is so random. What the heck is going on? To further the investigation, I've been placing wolf and eagle carcasses on top of the grave and in the circle at the native burial site. The other bones are still there after in the game. What makes this even trippier, the wolves spawn literally yards from both sites. Wow, quite the investigation. See, I thought this was probably some sort of Native American warrior, but now you have bones literally showing up on the grave for no reason. And he says, my investigating has led me to this. The rock arrangement at the burial site is called a medicine wheel, and each section represents an animal that can be found in Red Dead Redemption 2. I wonder if placing the carcasses of each animal in the circle will trigger anything. So he thinks that, of course, the burial site, that's where the lightning occurs. He thinks that that is a medicine wheel. So we'll take a look at this in a moment. I'll meet you guys back at the burial site, and we'll do some investigating ourselves. The last time we looked at this location, we realized it has some sort of spiritual power, because if you start a fire here, then the weather will change to rain to put out that fire. Now, this is what he says is the wheel. Normally, you can collect the hatchet. The hatchet that you find in that location is the one from Grand Theft Auto 5. So it's interesting that they decided to put that secret weapon that you unlock in GTA Online here at the burial site. And then, of course, the lightning strikes at this rock right here. So before we do all that, let me go ahead and bring up the tweet once again, see what he thinks about, what is it, the medicine wheel? All right, so here's the picture of the circle. It looks to be the same, for sure. And then he has one more. You have to say, all four of these animals are very prominent in Red Dead Redemption 2. We got the buffalo, the eagle, the wolf, and the bear. So is it 4 different quadrants? That is what I'm wondering. Okay, so it's more than 4. So he thinks that maybe if you bring different animals into different sections, perhaps something will happen. I have the fire bottle. I'll strike the circle. We get bad karma, and the lightning will strike. So maybe this is our trigger telling us that we didn't do it right. Maybe we have to have animals. Unmarked Grave is definitely connected to the burial site. What is going on here? There's strange changes in weather. It was raining, and then I think it just cleared up now that the fire's gone. You can tell, guys, the gods are looking at us right now. What the heck did Rockstar do with the burial site and everything surrounding Big Valley and Mount Shan? Let me know what you think about this one. I definitely need your help. Is that a medicine circle? And what can we do here at the burial site? Why do we cause the weather and cause the lightning strike? It seems like we are missing something here in Red Dead Redemption 2. Stay tuned here, Trippy Commentaries. But more importantly, as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends. Y'all come back now, you hear?